How's it going, everybody? It's Eric Jonas, and this is the Transportation and Safety Discussion PowerPoint that I created. Um, so, if I can get this first slide to go. Okay, as far as state requirements for bus transportation, what I found was in Texas Education Code 34.002, and it was talking about safety standards. First, what they have to do, it's both the district or county, depending on who runs the transportation system. They have to establish safety standards, and this is through DPS and the TEA working together to establish safety standards. Then, on the same part as subsection B, I guess you'd say, the county or the district has to meet or exceed these safety standards. All right. Now, on the subsection C, if they fail or they refuse to do so, as far as following the safety standards, they will not be eligible to share in transportation allotment that is covered in section 48.151. Okay. Now, all of this that I have on here is about the amount of money that a school district or county will receive to help their transportation system. Okay. Just in case you're wondering. Now, the second slide I have is going over this transportation allotment. Okay, start out district or county operating a transportation system is entitled to allotments. Okay, the allotments it's given through our state. It's state funding. Okay, subsection B1 of 48.151. It talks about regular eligible students. So I'm going to go over what that means. Okay, a regular eligible student, they had broken down into three different sections as far as the state. This is from the state. So a regular eligible student, this is covered in the General Appropriations Act. It's either they reside 2 or more miles from the campus, so they're eligible for transportation. They're homeless child or youth defined by 42, section 11434A, or special education students eligible for SPED services under 29.003 of the Texas Education Code. Now, for subsection C, okay, so whenever you're talking about these regular eligible students that are eligible to take the bus and use the transportation system, okay, the district or the county is entitled an allotment, right? We're talking about the funds that they can receive. Now, these funds that they're able to receive are based off the rate per mile and per eligible student. Okay. So moving on to district requirements. Now, district requirements are about the same. Okay. They mentioned the same stuff as it did when I looked up the state, the state portion of it. The couple of things I did see different, school activities as far as the bus route, etc. Is 15 or more students, buses or motor buses shall be used. So if you have 15 or more students that are involved in an activity, a bus or motor bus must be used. If there are fewer than 15, then you can use passenger cars or passenger vans. It also depends on your district and what they have available. You know, I know bigger districts, like I was part of ECISD and I'm new to MISD, but they're huge school districts. So they have cars or they have, expeditions, et cetera, that you can use to transport students if you have fewer than 15. And I know other places that are small towns that, they have what they have and, that's what they've got to use. And so moving on from that, when it was talking about as far as state allotments and transportation system, and it was talking about regular or special or CT private routes, those are mentioned in the state transportation allotment handbook. One part that I did not see covered that I saw covered in the district handbook was the students that were a part of the accelerated instruction programs. Okay, so those students that are part of that, and probably other students around. And again, there has to be some communication with your school. It has to be communication with your transportation system. But I know for the accelerated instruction programs, as I mentioned in the district policy, they have the ability to be transported outside of normal hours. I know here when I was a part at ECISD, students that uh, the students that stayed after for extracurricular activities, they had a bus that was there at Permian waiting at like 6 or 6:30. That kids would load that bus and they would go to another area and be dispersed. To from the I guess you would say the bus barn in that area, and those kids would be taken home. Now, bus driver requirements must be 18 years old, hold a Class B with a passenger and school bus endorsement. Again, you obtain this stuff from the DPS. Pass an annual mental and physical examination, drug testing as well. DPS, as far as this evaluation too, it's through employer or dot certified doctor. Maintain an acceptable driving record. Be certified in school bus safety. Complete 20 hours of school bus safety. And I have the example of ES Region 11. That's kind of the Dallas area. I know Region 18 is here in Odessa, Midland area. Okay, free of felony or misdemeanor convictions for a crime involving moral turpitude, community standards of justice, honesty, and good morals. Okay. Now, as far as certification or recertification, I should have put you need to recertify every 3 years. 8-hour courses, 8-hour course that you have to take, and again, you have to maintain a good driving record. Administration. Now, this is a second portion: safe and secure environment. They have to make sure that it's fully integrated learning supports. You have MTSS. You got to create this multi-tiered support system that encompasses wellness and prevention. Create community of collaboration. Okay, so again, it's trying to create community, people working together, making sure we have each other's back in a way. Okay, that's the way I think of it. Mental health supports. Again, people that you can go to, maybe talk to, counselors, call hotlines, make sure that stuff is available. Integrate ongoing positive climate and safety efforts with crisis prevention, and employ effective and positive school discipline. The biggest part with the school discipline part is to make sure it's clear and consistent. Crisis plan, I have lockout, I have lockdown, and I have evacuate and shelter. And so as far as the lockout, the teacher will bring everyone in, lock perimeter doors, increase situational awareness. Everything stays the same. All right. Business usual. Make sure you have attendance taken. Crisis plan. As far as lockdown, teacher must lock the classroom door, turn out the lights, move out of sight, maintain silent, take attendance, and wait for the responders to open the door. As crisis plan for evacuate, take roll. If possible, lead the students to the proper evacuation location. That obviously, when you look up and you have that map within your room that has your drawn out exit, make sure that you follow that and take attendance of the students. Make sure you have everyone with you whenever you exit to your location. Shelter, and this is like bad weather, tornadoes, etc. Use appropriate hazard and safety strategies. Make sure you take attendance. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. That's all I got for you. Thank you.